Paganism is an umbrella term that is used for all the religions that already existed prior to the arrival of the so-called world religions. Some scholars limit the term to pre-Christian European traditions, while others mean it globally to any native indigenous culture. So when you see the word paganism, you should understand it as a collection of religions, just like when we talk about Abrahamic, East Asian or shamanistic religions. They do have some base beliefs that they generally share, however, there are also important differences in mythology, worship and even theology. Some people nowadays like to call themselves pagan and understand it in a syncretic way, believing that these all say the same anyway, but that is a more modern thing. And most of us traditional pagans actually use the name of our own tradition to identify ourselves. My specific pagan religion is called Asatru. Basically, it translates to following the gods, to follow the Aesir. You probably already know some of their names through Hollywood, although I would warn you to be careful with what you see there, because in reality these divinities are quite different. We believe that they all show us a way to virtuous life and exist together through the divine law of harmony, despite representing somewhat different values. A central element of this law is the Thing, a great assembly of the gods, where communication and respect strengthens their alliance on a repeated basis. We also believe that they are our creators and ancestors, they care about us and therefore handed down to us the rituals that we do to this day. These symbolic sacrifices are usually called bloat or symbol, where we invite them to a sacred feast through gifts of liquid, objects or food. This is our way to express our piety and build community with them. These sacrifices are also addressed to our ancestors and the land spirits, as we believe these spiritual entities watch over us, protect us and judge us based on the life we live. Therefore, we have to give respect to them to avoid violating the divine law of harmony. Our mythology is very well documented in the sacred poem called Völuspá, while you can get an introduction into our most important virtues like hospitality, wisdom, honesty and moderation in another work called the Hávamál. These are part of our most important source, the Eddas, which in turn is part of a huge corpus of literary and iconographic sources spanning almost 3,500 years. And today, despite all the pushbacks and historical oppression, hundreds of thousands of people read these sources and celebrate these rituals all around the world to create a better life for themselves. Paganism